Hello. What's up? I wanted to make this video. Oh my goodness, bro. I just came home from the gym. Regular stuff. And I keep saying I want to move forward and everything, but I really don't even know what that means, you know? Like, yeah, I don't know what that means. It's like you acknowledge your past, but you don't let it affect your present. Is that moving forward? And I know it's important to acknowledge your past because it's yourself, right? Because people are always saying, you need to face yourself, you know, see the darkness and all that shit. But, so I recently have been on medication. And I'm a person where I'm very, like, if I'm in pain, I'm silent with it. And there was never any space to talk about it. That's why I have my YouTube, so I could speak. But there was never any space to talk about it. And I just feel like my whole existence was built on a lie. And I know I have the power to change my life and, you know, accept it for what it is, whatever. But, you know, in the beginning of everything, the way I'm brought up, like, I still want to acknowledge this sad part, you know, because life is not only about happiness, you know. Okay, I forgot the pause. I was talking to myself, but like I was saying, like my dad, he always felt like, you know what I'm saying? He was like overprotective, and I'm not saying don't be overprotective of your kids or whatever. And it's just like pieces of the story. I was talking to my biological mom, like, so what happened, like, whatever. She starts to explain this stuff, and she's like, yeah, he lied, he was like manipulative and all that stuff because I didn't want to, I guess, no, he said your mom told her, well, you see that he's married, so get no Wolu. And I guess she was like, she said to herself she'll never get back with a man or get with a man that's married, so whatever, she left. And then start saying like, oh, but you know, all that, because I was expressing to her like your absence affected me and all that shit, and she was just like, she like went past everything. She was like, well, something about God, you know, praying and all that shit. And she just said, well, you were made from love, like, because I really loved your dad. And I was just like, that's not from fucking love, bitch. I was just so angry at that, and I was like, that's not from love. Like, no, he lied to you. Like, that's not, how's that love? And he was trying to get some coochie. But anywho, she was just, talking to her just makes me feel like, what the hell, you know? And I was telling her, like, no, she told me, yeah, all that stuff, scratch all that shit off. And then she told me, she was like, well, your dad lied to me. And he was just like, oh, if you don't, you know, because she said that she didn't want to be with him anymore. So he like lied and was like, no, he blackmailed her. He was just like, oh, since you don't want to be with me, I'm gonna get, you know, me, and I'm gonna get Brittany. I'm gonna bring her to America and all that shit. And she was like, oh, he was going to tell the people that she was dead, but the people were like, nah, don't say that because she might kill you. I might kill Papa if I find that out. So Papa got scared, I guess, and all that stuff. But I know that Popum's not a bad guy. Like, I know that. And I knew that ever since I smoked and was drinking. It's like everything was just like, damn, shit, okay. Like, he doesn't hate his kids. Like, I know he doesn't hate his kids. But the way he shows it is weird. But when I'm around him, I always feel like uncomfortable. Like, my body never feels safe around him. By himself, if my dad's like by himself, I don't feel comfortable. Or I have to be like joking with him, like, but my tone, like how I'm talking to you now, it can never be like that with him. I'm always like, laughing and everything. But I'm just always quiet. Like, I don't know what to say. Or if I'm asking direct questions, he never answers the fucking question. And he's just manipulating and moving around the question and all that shit. But I'm talking in circles, bro. But yeah, like, I took the medication. And it's like, when I take the medication, it's like I'm in reality. Because I just play this character all the time. But when I take the medication, bro, I just get to reality and I'm like, damn, I'm fucked up. And I just felt broken. Like, I'm like, this shit. Sometimes, like, when I take the medication, I cry and then I get happy and then I'm like, I lose a little hope because I'm just like, why did it have to be like this? Why did it have to be so fucked up? And I just always found myself trying to, like, over-concentrate the negative with trying to be good and achieve all this shit. But then when I look at me, I'm like, I'm just a Haitian girl from Haiti, bro. And then that's how I see myself. And then I get like insecure about it. Even if like people say, oh, you're beautiful. And I'm like, I don't see it. And I'm like, I know I'm cool, you know, with like making people happy and smiling. But when I'm like with me, I feel like only I understand myself. And I always feel like there's nobody gonna really love me for me. Like, even when I put my guard down to show them, they don't like it. And they just leave. And I'm just like, damn, like, is I supposed to be this fake bitch forever? And then I'm just like crying and shit. I'm like, this world just feels like a joke. I'm just like, I don't even know. And yes, back to it. Yeah, I just felt uncomfortable. And I always have to like put this character on. And I just know, like, right now I'm 19, but every time I get older, I feel like I'm slowly losing this the jolliness in me. Because I'm tired of, you know, pleasing people. I'm tired of it. Because I feel like it's blocking real people from seeing the real me. And I know when I get older, I'm gonna say the truth. Like, I don't know what the truth is right now, but I just feel like I'm never gonna talk to Monique ever. I don't want to be around Lori. I don't want to be around the kids. I don't hate them, but I just feel like I don't want to laugh if nothing's funny. That's just like a metaphor for everything, though. Like, I don't want to laugh if nothing's funny, and my face is just gonna be very regular. You know, when people come up to you and then they smile, or like the kids and stuff, I just feel like I'm just gonna settle to my reality. and I'm gonna make shit very clear. But right now, I feel like I'm just, I don't know, I'm just wandering, just in this weird stage, just life and stuff, and I still have a lot to learn. But I met this woman, her name was Mindy, and yeah, and I know Joanne's like, I don't want to keep saying stuff sounds weird, but when I see you, it's like I see me. I know you're my oldest sister, and I know I'm not your like child, but you, it's like I see that we have a lot of similarities. Obviously, you are more like matured and everything, but when I'm around you, I feel like I'm looking at me. But with you, this is how I feel. When I get around you, I always get uncomfortable because you're like the older version. And I'm like, I'm not even at that point. But I get uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't know if I can explain this shit. In my mind, I know how to write it. I know how to write the shit, but it's not like weird. But let me try. So if I'm with you, right, and you're like being happy, whatever, I'm not saying you're not naturally happy, but I just feel like you're not at your natural state of like how you are. And I know you said that, oh, because, you know, we're not your age and everything, but it's like when I get around people, they have to be that natural stage of themselves. Like, for example, Daphne. When I get around Daphne, like, I know, like, that's, like, she's just her. But you, that's what I'm saying. I have, like, this mirror, and, like, sometimes you try to, like, make, you know, people laugh. Yo, what's up, you know? But you really don't care, you know? But it's just your way of cheering everybody up and making them feel involved. But even when I see like with Daphne, I feel like when I get older, I'm gonna get tired. And I am gonna just not laugh when shit is funny. I don't even have shit, like, I physically, right now, I just feel like a joke. I'm moving in circles with these talking things. This is why you just have to read my journals. But with my dad, I feel like he sees me as like an invisible person. And I see him, I know that he loves me, but the way that he's loving me is hurting me because he thinks he's protecting me, but he's hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not there. So he's always trying to throw Monique in it, but Monique don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't see that because he's so like head over heels over this lady. Okay, sure, she took care of me, all that stuff. Give her respect, whatever. Okay, give the grace. But I just know at a certain point, I'm never going to speak to this lady ever again. Because there's nothing to talk about. Like, there's literally nothing to talk about. I just feel like they're just, like, guilty of something. Like, even when I see Matos, like, he just, when I walk in, he walks away. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know? Like, what did I do? You know? And I never understand. It's like, it's like that with everybody. Even when I'm in school and then I'm trying to talk to people. Like, I really talk. I remember I was talking to this. It was my first day of school. There was this girl next to me. I talked to her. She just didn't talk to me, and I was like, bro, am I like, do I have a curse? Am I like, is there something on me? Is just there like I'm just supposed to be weird? Like, you know, is just there something on me? And I just feel like I'm invisible. And in order for me to be seen, I have to break shit. I gotta yell so loud. I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta do all this shit. And I just always feel like I'm not home. Like, this is not where I belong. And in me, I'm like, you gotta leave the house. You gotta leave. And when I talk to, like, my close friend about it, Mindy, she'll be like, oh, you're just trying to be rebellious and all this. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be rebellious. I've been following all these fucking rules. I did all this shit. How the fuck am I trying to be rebellious, you know? Like, I've been grateful, all this crap, did everything, whatever. And I know God is real. Because when I ask God for things, like, even when I already knew Ariel was not gonna, he was just gonna leave. So I remember I was thinking, and I was just like, I want a guy named Asian guy, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking like in my mind. I was talking to myself. I'm like, I want an Asian guy, and now I'm talking to myself. I'm like, his name is gonna be Ryan, and I was like, hey Ryan, what's up? Then, I went to the mental hospital, and I seen him, and I was like, oh wow, he looks, you know. I, looked at him, and that's when I was on the phone with you, and his name was Ryan, and he was cool, and it's like he was keeping me company. And sometimes when I'm like by myself, I get too deep in it and I get negative. And I get very, very negative, and I don't like being negative, and I feel like I'm suffocating. But when I was with Ariel, it was cool because all of you guys were involved. But once I was he was by himself, I felt suffocated, and I was just like, that's why I'm like trying to tell people, and I'd start panicking because I'm like, you're getting too close, and I don't know what the fuck. I just started telling them, and I know this shit. If I tell them, this nigga's gonna back away from me because they always fuck shit up. So I'm like, if I tell them, okay, they're gonna back away. Then he actually came. His face looked serious as fuck. But I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. And I don't know what happened. I think like they shook hands and all that shit. But it was still weird.